Welcome back. We are now at mission 8 of the Epsom campaign. So we are 2/3 of the way through now. Today's mission is a patrol, and this is the first mission of the campaign that I will be flying in version 2.1.1. DCS updated yesterday, so we have a slightly new version. And I'm hoping that there's a couple of fixes which are relevant to us. We shall see. Patrol route will take us south and then east, basically in a triangle around CAEN. And I had a quick look through before. There's nothing particularly outstanding that we need to worry about. I'm going to focus, as usual, on air-to-air cover. And then if we get to, say, 2/3 fuel consumed and we haven't engaged anything airborne, we'll look for some ground units to attack on the way home. Weather is half of the sky cloudy and a fairly strong wind, actually. We've got 13 to 18 knots, so a little bit of wind. Let's have a crack at mission number 8. Righty. In cockpit, I noticed the load time was significantly more than before the 2.1.1 patch. So we'll see if that's a feature. One thing I would point out is that they have done some work on the campaign that's going to make it a little bit easier for chaps who have lower end systems and who may be struggling with frame rate stutters and CPU load. You can use the radio now, the radio menu here. And apparently you can go to the other menu, and there's this new option F1 here for setting non-historical environment for increased performance. That will reduce the number of objects, aircraft, AI, and whatnot in the mission, which should give you better performance. I'm going to play with it off, and we'll just go as per normal. So let's get ourselves set up here. Just doing my initial control options. I'll now radio in for engine start.
Concealed 1-1. Request startup.
We'll turn a few things on. Now, I've noticed that the cursor is no longer showing for me. I wonder if that's just because I've got this menu open here. Ah, that is that. Okay, that's no different from usual. We're clear to start the engine. So, let's have a little look. I'm pretty sure those jeeps were empty in previous missions. It's the appearance of a person in those vehicles. Is that a new addition? It may very well be. I can't be sure of it. There was nothing in the patch notes about that, but that may be new. We'll see. Let's request taxi. Now, I do intend to actually, at the very end of this mission, I'm thinking of just putting a few comments on the patch, the 2.1.1 patch, a bit of a summary, I guess. So we may just have a little bit of a chit-chat after we land. We'll save that for the end. I don't want to make too much comment about the patch. We'll try and focus on the mission. Okay, I'm going to request takeoff. Now you can see there we're going to have a very strong crosswind. We're basically taking off crosswind here. So Bunyip's assuming that by the stage we've got this far through the campaign, we know how to take off in a crosswind. The question is, do we? And will we land? That's the bigger question. Will I be able to land? We shall see. Clearance? Unable to clear. Okay, fine. Okay, it's possible that just I wasn't at a halt, and that's why. Oh yeah, wind. The nose just cocked a little more to the left than it usually does, so it's trying to swing into wind a little. Yeah. So I'm gonna need to manage the rudder extra careful on this takeoff. I'm not expecting this to be easy at all. Okay, try and just hold that nose there. Let's get up nice and quick. There we go. Gear up. Okay, we successfully took off. It was a bit ungainly, but we're up. Okay, let's turn the guns into the fire position, and we'll settle the engine down as we gain a bit of airspeed. We'll go into a right-hand climbing turn. Nice bright conditions today, and it looks like the fog has gone. Hallelujah. No fog today. I'm happy about that. Now, I've got a couple of ships over there. Did they look more visible than usual? No, because there's a pair over there that I can't see. Okay, so there's no change in the visibility of ships. Okay, so we've basically been given instructions to fly south of CAEN and engage stuff on the ground if we see it. I am naturally nervous about that. The flak is pretty horrific, and I'm always worried that we're going to run out of ammunition just as Jerry shows up. I don't like doing a ground attack unless we have absolute air superiority. So we're going to just do a couple more turns here. Wait for the full complement of Spitfires to join up. I noticed in the briefing there were 44 Spitfires in the mission and 4 Mustangs. So we've got 48 Allied aircraft with us around about today. Those are statics, those ones, they're not moving. Those ones there are moving. You can see when I zoom out the what's that stuff called behind a ship? The wash. Gosh. How have I forgotten what that's called? Anyway, it looks really strange. It's having trouble rendering that. Got aircraft swinging around behind me. Now that looked like I had a sun reflection off that aircraft. I think I do. It looks like there's a reflection off that airplane there, off the canopy. When I zoom in, it disappears. When I zoom out, look at it, he's flicking a white colour. Is that sun reflections at long range? Have they added that in as well? I think that's just a coincidence. I've never seen that before in DCS. This guy here is not doing it, but that guy is. I need to trim the nose down. We're just climbing like mad here. That might be new too. That little bit of gosh, there's all sorts of things that look different. It may just be stuff that I've never noticed before. I'm going to have to go back and look at my other videos and other footage I've shot previous to this update. Anyway, time to turn the lights off, I think. Boys are forming up here. I see ground targets. No, they're not. They are smoke off in the distance. Chaps joining me now. My section is anyway. Let's just throttle back a bit, bring the boost back to 2200, and we will adopt our southerly heading. Away we go. What I might have to do is just write down these things that I think I'm seeing as we fly along, but I don't have a pen here, so I'm going to have to try and remember all of the stuff that I observe so that I can talk about it at the end of the video. Gentlemen, slowly working their way into position behind me. I don't believe there is a second flight joining us, a second section. Don't see any more aircraft. I've just got a wingman here, a wingman there. Let's check the radio. Do we have a second flight? We do not. We have a second element. That's good. I think they've renamed that section. Did it used to say element, or did it used to say... Oh, I can't recall. Sometimes you only notice for the first time something that's always been there when you have had an update. And so you get the feeling that it's something new, but in fact it's been there the whole time. You just convince yourself that you're looking at something new. It's because our brains are really shit. Okay, it looks like I only have 2 wingmen here. I'm very surprised about this. I do see 2 sections of 4, another squadron way up in the distance over there. And I also have another 2 groups of 4 in that direction, and they look like they're heading left to right. I'm going to keep climbing on this approximately southern heading. What are we? 210. We're supposed to be heading 191, so we'll just come left a fraction. Those 2 flights over there appear to be changing formation. Let's check the frame rate quickly. ...60 frames per second currently. It actually looks like my VSync may be kicking in here. We'll see if it goes above 60. I have got VSync enabled in the NVIDIA control panel, but until this point it never seems to have worked. So we'll just keep an eye on that frame. That dropped up to 64 then, but it came straight back to 60. I wonder if the VSync is now enabled. We shall see. If I get up to 70 or 80 frames per second, I'll know it's not. How about we test it? No, 140 frames per second. Okay, the VSync is not on. I can hear engines. The boys are closing in either side. It actually looks like we're operating in a Vic formation right now. I've got one either side of me. Very small group we are today. That formation over there has completely broken up now into a scattered melee, but they're all staying in the same position relative to each other, so I don't think it's a dogfight. And nothing's come through on the radio from Kenway, although probably should be on channel 4, just to be channel Delta rather, just to be sure. Okay, they're looking at ground targets. The wingman, 0.4. That's not 0.4 actually. I was reading it's 4-4, FOR 4. It sounds like point. It really does sound like point. They're saying for 4. It's 4 miles. Or is it 0.3? I'm not entirely sure. P's and F's tend to all become the same when you put radio static on them. Man, my wingmen are really calling it out at the moment. Very peculiar what's going on over here. I think an artillery shell just went whizzing by. Let's start a bit of weaving here. Yeah, I've definitely got artillery whizzing past them. Definitely a bit curious about what's going on over here to the left as well. So I'm going to throttle up and we're going to make this left turn just to investigate. Haha. Okay, gentlemen, we've got 109s and 190s over CAEN Angels 10. That's what we can see off in the distance. Oh yeah, there we go. 2 formations closing in on each other rapidly here. Righto, boys, we're going to engage this formation. I do have 4 aircraft here. One was just not visible. Look at this merge happening over here. There we go, there's the merge. And there are 2 more enemy aircraft at the back of that formation joining late. Frame rates down in the 30s now. Let's go up, gents. Pressing throttle. A lot of radio chatter here. Flat. Black burst all around us here. There's the scrap. We're going to be in amongst it in a second. Telly Bandits 12 o'clock, excellent. Wow, that's good range. They spotted them at. Okay, that's much better range than in the previous couple of missions. Okay, my entire flight have tallied the bandits. Okay, chaps, engage bandits. Here they go. I'm actually going to get my wingman to cover me. And the other two are now going to engage of their own free will. We've got our first few aircraft falling out of the sky here on fire. Check the engine. Engine looks good. Okay, we're going to end up in the cloud in a second here. Oh, would you look at that? The contacts are no longer visible through the cloud. They've finally fixed it. Oh my goodness, that's a blessing from the Lord. Oh, well done, Eagle Dynamics. Finally. Okay, we've got a contact here that's got square wings. Oh, the cloud, brilliant. Oh, this is fantastic news. Okay, I'm really chuffed about that. There's one there. He's got square wings and a square head. Okay. Come on, girl. Okay. He's coming up. He's got 2 spitties on him here, this guy. Okay, I'm going to lag a little bit. I have to lag a little bit given the... Okay, can we get on this guy? Yes, I think so. Oh, really pushing this machine into the head. Okay, we're on him. Too far out though. He's disappearing into the cloud. No. Oh, he's just about disappearing into the cloud. I think I can get a shot off from range. No hits. Oof. Oh, mate. I can't see where my rounds are going. I can't see where my rounds are going. Yeah, the radio chat is getting a bit excessive. He's pulling away from here. That's a spitty on my 6. I've lost sight of this guy. Okay. Oh, he's still up there. Maybe 2 of them here running. How's my engine? I've got a bit of play left in this engine. Yeah, these guys look like they're trying to depart the combat area. So we're just going to have to try and stay with them here. Going to give the engine a bit of a pull. He's turning. Got to keep a real close eye on this temperature here. I think he's trying to depart the combat area. Only just closing. I'm pretty sure we're almost airspeed with this guy, but he's descending a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Do your turning. Excellent. Okay, don't get sucked in early. Just lag him. Okay, throttle back as we go up and around. Now forward again. Lost sight of him for a second there. Okay, now he's in range. Have I got the... Oh no, got hit by a... Oh shit, sorry mate. Far out. Friendly came right in front of me just then as I was about to... Got a couple of hits, I think we're both hitting him. Yeah, friendly got him. Wow, okay. I think that may have been my wingman actually. But there we go. Well, that was a bit of a chase. And it looks like my wingman probably finished this, finished the deal on that one. That's good. One less hunt to worry about. Looks like my section's rejoining here. I'm just going to make absolutely sure we're in the clear. Got aircraft waggling wings over there, actually, that look like. Oh my goodness, if that was an AI wing waggle, I will be astounded. I don't think it was. I think it was just a change of direction. It really looked like a wing waggle for a second. Okay, let's consider picking up our patrol again, because this is early in the mission. I probably have wasted a lot of ammo when I was at range on that first 109 that I got on the 6 of. So I'm a bit concerned that I've probably lost a lot of ammunition. I've got a couple of contacts long. I've got a group of 4 and a group of 2. Look at this, we go in the cloud and we can't see them anymore. This is really going to make a big difference for multiplayer. For those servers who are brave enough to turn the labels mod off, this is going to be fantastic. Okay. A couple of groups of 4 over there. Let's get my chaps to rejoin.
Flight, join up.
We'll head south for a little bit. Here's this stuff I'm looking at before. It looks like these 3 up here may be my 3 wingmen. They're not with me, so they may be the 3 chaps that belong to me. They will probably now rejoin. We're quite far south of CAEN now. It's way back up there. Pretty sure these guys are my wingmen. Here they are. These are my guys. I've got a formation of 3 low over there. 4 actually. Let's see what my wingman does here. What are you going to do, mate? What I'll do is I'll turn, and you turn at the same time, and then you won't have to fly a full 180 to get on my 6. Nice. By the way, that's how you form up with the easiest way to form up with allied aircraft is to both turn a 90-degree corner as you approach each other. Then the guy joining doesn't have to make a 180-degree turn. It's a much quicker way of joining. There are 4 aircraft significantly far away and heading in the opposite direction. I'm going to assume they are hostile, but they are too far away to engage. Probably too far away to chase. But briefly, just check the map here. Yeah, we are... Oh, look at this. They've extended the map too. They're friendlies. I did read that in the patch notes, that the map now shows the whole map. Look at that. Ah, good. Another nice change. Another nice little piece of update. Thank you, Dynamics. We're going to turn right, and we're going to do basically what we did in the last mission, and that is look for ground targets to attack, because we've essentially exhausted the aerial targets, and I don't want to delay this too much and run us all out of fuel, so let's get back onto a northerly heading. We'll drop down on the southeast side of CAEN, and we'll see what we can see. That way we can stay clear of the bocage. Some contacts low down there, but looks like friendlies. I've got the little flickering again too. Could be prop. It could be sun glints. I'm not quite sure what that is. We will make our descent here. Cruise back towards the north. Let's just get our bearings on the map. Right, so that forest over there, we're north of Falaise, so we're basically right over enemy territory. We'll drop down and try and find some trucks or something. The roads east of CAEN are normally the place to look. I'm getting better at identifying the where ground targets are too now, so hopefully it won't take us terribly long to find something. So we've got a road coming up or a railway. We've got something smoking on the ground off at 9 o'clock long. It could be a hostile ground target or it could be an aircraft. Armored targets. I'm not sure we can do anything about them. Let's go with the second element. Engage the ground targets.
Engage targets of opportunity.
Okay, let's watch these guys. Okay. Gonna keep an eye on my. Okay, they decide to engage air defenses. Let's see what this guy does. He's the lower one. A lot of aircraft over there, 10 o'clock long. Got any targets that I can see? Nope. Keep an eye on this chap here then. Gotta wait till he says running in. Oh, I think I've got objects down there. No. Three's running in. This guy's 4. I think I might... Okay. Show me where it is, mate. Show me where it is. Better be running in. That might be enemy aircraft coming in from the south. I think that's enemy aircraft arriving. They're dropping heavily out of the cloud. Right, I need to get my formation to reform.
Flight, join up.
What is this? 4 aircraft just dropped out of the cloud over here. Quite far off though. I have to descend. Gotta be very careful I don't get flackerized. They're really low. And there's another group of 4 above. And what is happening here? What is happening? I think it's a ground attack going on. I think that's a formation of friendlies doing ground attack over there. Now we're in trouble because we're low, just south of CAEN. Not a good place to be. Okay, let's do a visual check of this area here for anything we can shoot up. Factory. couple of towns. Point 1, 11 o'clock. Let's go, chaps. Engage. Flight. Engage. Ground targets.
Engage targets of opportunity.
Show me where they are, chaps. Show me where they are. Don't see any myself. No. They're just doing what they did earlier. It's just climbing up to about 3,000 feet and not actually attacking anything. Okay, well this is turning out to be just a bit of a fly around really. Despite that earlier engagement. Ah, there's a truck. Oh, they're tanks. Now I've got 3 or 4 tanks on that road down there, but they are pretty much impervious to our weapons. So I'm not going to engage them. Okay, well my chaps have found some. My chaps have found some AA guns to shoot at. Good luck, lads. So here's these vehicles on the road. I'll try and get a bit closer so we can see them. Pretty sure they're going to be invulnerable. Whoa, a bit of reflection there off the canopy, off the inside. Okay, down on this road here, you can see the tanks moving forward just to the left of the village. Oof. Nasty. Okay. Right, so we're going to RTB. My chaps are going to go and score a few. Whoa, hello, trucks. I've got a target. I've got a target underneath me. Okay, just seen it. Next to that little village, left of the heart-shaped forest, in that paddock there, I count about 4 or 5 trucks and possibly a single flat gun. I'm going to make a 1 pass on this. I'm going to go for the trucks and then we're straight out. Because I know these guns sometimes don't open up until you make your second pass. You've got to try and get through. Oh, no, the gun has opened up already. Don't think I was in a good firing position then. No. Way too much rudder required then to stay balanced. I was way out of trim. Okay, we're going to do this again. I'm just going to back off a little bit. Go up and over in a loop so that I don't have so much turn to compensate for. Okay, heart-shaped forest is there. I'm going to find the target now. There, bollocks. Now I'm going to have loads of rudder on, aren't I? Ah, crap. Yeah, way too much. Oh, it's taking fire. Lost my engine. Been hit in the engine. This is not good. Lost my governor. Okay. So I'm going to have to try and get back to base now with no right aileron. Okay. Right. I've just got left rudder. I've got no right aileron. I'm holding full, almost full left stick over just to keep this aeroplane steady. I can just maintain my RPM below 3,000 so long as I have -4 boost. because my as soon as I try to push that throttle forward, I'm going to lose my boost pressure. Okay, get my chaps home, I think. Flight RTB.
Flight RTB.
Okay, I'll send all my chaps home. Okay, so now we've got some fun on our hands. I'm going to try and nurse this crippled air. No, RTB you. Thank you. Thank you as well. Right, the goal here is to at least get across the lines. And then I'll work out whether I can bail out or whether I need to try and... whether I need to try and land. Whether I can try and land. Got to keep a very close eye on the temperatures now, because I'm going to try and keep that boost up around 0, which gives me enough airspeed to stay airborne. It gives me 150, which is going to stop me from sinking, but it's going to also mean my engine gets hot very quickly, because I'm at 3400 RPM, which is way over max RPM. So the engine's not going to last long before I actually completely lose it. I've got to get past the front line so I can bail out. And I'm going to conduct an emergency landing at the very first airfield I come to. Okay, airspeed's just dropping for a fraction here. Temps are okay. I need to try and get a little bit of right rudder in so that I can try and get airspeed from being slightly better balanced. Okay, full left aileron. Very low frame rate because I'm down here near CAEN where it's... I'm flying on 270 pretty much. I need to come right. I need to try and get onto 0 degrees. Temperatures are okay. Okay, some more 109s have showed up, same as last time. Unfortunately, we've missed out on the action because we went down to attack ground targets. Damn it. Crap. I may get walloped by flak here. And I'm about to fly over all the artillery burst on the ground. That's the front line. I've got to get over this front line. Temperatures are okay for now. Airspeed's just keeping me airborne, but I am descending. Try and get a little bit more climb going on here. Oh, jeez. Look how shot up that wing is. Come on, girl. Get me home. At least get me across the line so I can bail out. Still keeping an eye on this temperature. It looks okay, strangely. I guess it's because we've got such low boost. Despite the RPM being through the roof, we've got low boost, so right over the flak now. Sorry, right over the artillery bombardment. You can hear it and see it. Also, it's killing my frame rate. Engine's now starting to warm. We're okay. Still within limits. And I've now got nearly 180 airspeed, so this is good. There's KPK airfield. This is going to be a no flap landing. Possibly gear up landing as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to attempt to lower the gear. Okay, start looking for an airfield. Can I afford to check the map? That's another question. Oh, Stutter. Temps are okay. I'm going to bring the throttle back, reduce RPM a bit. Airspeed's now dropping 160. Trimmed. Well, I'm not trimmed, rather. I'm not slipping, so at least we're in coordinated flight. Okay, let's get some more RPM and boost back in there. Need airspeed. The right rudder. Try and keep this aircraft as trim as coordinated as possible. Okay, where is an airfield? Should be some around. Oh, hangars over there. And I think I can go straight in on this angle. I've got a taxiway. Not really returning to base. I mean, kind of returning to base. It's my radio call. Okay, we're going to land at this field here. And I think I can land cross runway. Quick check of the, oh crap. It's not zoomed in correctly. Okay, I think I can land at this airfield. I'm going to go across field landing from the south to the north. I'm going to attempt dropping my gear in just a second. What I want to do is just get a bit of height. Engine temperatures are okay. Okay, drop the nose for airspeed. Try the gear. Oh crap. Gear's coming down. Still got 160 airspeed. God, the engine just seized up at the last minute, didn't it? I may make it in yet here. Gear is showing us down. I'm indicated gear down. Very bad frame rate. Oh crap. No. We're not going to make it. We're going to hit the hangar. Come left, full left rudder. Stop! 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 Get out, get out, get out. Get out, open the canopy. Get out, get out. Oh my goodness, we got out. We landed a burning crate on the airfield. And we're out. Although my guy appears sort of stuck in the ruin here, just a graphics glitch. But phew, I'm taking that as a survival. Yep. Wow, we survived. I cannot believe that we managed to skid that airplane between these two hangars, rip the wing off, land it upside down. But we're still alive. Look at this goofball. Oh, zoom out. Zoom out. Ugh, stupid bloody. There we go. There we are. Standing somewhat forlornly next to that wreck of a Spitfire. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so there we go. Mission complete. I'm definitely keeping that one. That was quite a spectacular ending. Wow, that engine seizure right before we came over the perimeter fence. I think if we'd had about 10 seconds more of engine, I probably could have put that down relatively well. But I had full left aileron, full left rudder, and the aircraft was just veering to the right. There was nothing I could do there. Jolly good. So let's talk about the patching. 2.1.1 came out now 2 days ago, 1 day ago. I don't notice a change in frame rate or stutters, but I did notice, as you can probably tell, a few fixes. The most significant for me being the dot in the clouds. Dots are no longer visible through clouds. Thank you very, very much, Equidynamics. Thank you also for fixing the map. You can now see the whole map. This is really good news. We've got, you can ignore this green stuff up here, that's just unfinished map, but we can actually scroll around and see the whole lot now. This is really, really good. Obviously now I'd love to see them add more stuff in, but to be honest. It's starting to look really good. Now, patch 2.1.1 came out within, I think, 2 weeks of the previous update. And whilst these updates don't contain massive amounts of changes, I actually prefer a rather rapid development program that has regular, smaller updates rather than waiting for, months on end in order to get really large updates. For me, something that is patched with small fixes regularly is just more. I don't know, it just feels like the game is more alive, the software is alive, and it's being developed. Um, it's kind of just an arbitrary thing based on feelings. This is not a really very rational position, but you know what? The whole genre, the whole purpose of this stuff is for gaming and entertainment. It's all about emotion anyway, so you don't have to be rational about it because the whole pursuit is an emotional pursuit. So there we go. I'm actually pretty happy with how the development's gone in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've seen 2 updates in fairly quick succession, and they have attended to 1 or 2 things, particularly those dots in the clouds, which are really, really nice to see. So thanks, guys. Thanks for whoever watched. That was mission number 8, which I barely survived. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again soon for mission number 9.